I'm afraid I can't. I couldn't name one of them.
Nah.
Greed, gluttony, lust, anger, pride.
Oh, no, that's a good question. Not really.
No.
Not very well. Jealousy.
Fi'n meddwl bod nhw yn ymwneud gyda peido chwynechu, bod nhw ynglyn â peido wi ddim yn cofio nhw'n unigol felly, na.
Is one of them sloth? Lust, greed, envy? I don't know. I can't name all of them.
Oh God, I don't really know that many.
Sloth, glutton, envy, lust.
Lust, gluttony, pride, sloth and greed.
Oh, rar loads o. So bod fi'n cofio nawr.
Not anymore.
Sloth, greed, lust, anger.
Avarice, greed. Oh, it's the same thing, isn't it? And, well, that shall not kill, is it? Jokes, and then you got me. Envy, pride, gluttony, lust. Oh, my God. Yeah, oh, I had one right.
Pride, greed, sloth, lust, avarice. That's 5. Gluttony, anger. I missed envy. I suppose anger and avarice are pretty much the same thing.
Anger?
Definitely gluttony, because all we do is want, and we want more and more and more, even though we don't need it. We think we want rather than we need.
I think the most relevant one is anger, especially with the things that are going on in France at the moment.
Greed, I suppose.
Oh God, I don't know. Greed, I'd say then.
Envy.
Pride, I would have said.
Greed.
Falle mae barisrwydd, falle, o bosib, yr awydd am gyfoeth materol. Mae hwnna'n debyg iawn i chwant, wrth gwrs. Ond mae cynfigen yn drydydd agos.
I think it's sort of tie between gluttony and greed, isn't it?
I would say is greed.
Envy, because people are grasping too much for material possessions and social position, which causes environmental problems, and it's causing more social inequality. It's causing more people to not think of the fellow man and more about what they can grasp and what they can have and what they can want.
Anger.
I'd say greed and anger. It's very hard to split those two.
Greed. I can't just say one. I say greed, gluttony and anger.
I feel there's an awful lot of anger inside everybody, and that we owe it to our children to dig out every nasty little thing that's ever happened to us and work out how it's affected us, because if we don't, it's carried on to our children.
There's too many. There's greed, sloth, well, no, not lust. Envy, they're all about equal, I think.
Gluttony?
I think sloth is the least important. Actually, I'm quite into it.
Anger.
Anger, the world doesn't need anger.
Envy.
Envy as well.
Byddwn ni'n gobeithio mae diogi byddwn ni'n lleia perthnasol I fi.
My pride and lust and not anger.
Pride.
I think I'd probably say lust, but in the sense that I would call myself a controlled hedonist, thinking that actually enjoying the experiences of the world is important.
I'd say greed, because I don't believe in capitalism.
It's the toss-up between greed and pride, I suppose.
Envy. Do them worth.
Oh, envy, I think. I don't think I'm really envious. I'm too old to be envious.
I think the least damaging in this list is sloth. I think the others all feed into anger.
So personally, anger, because it's a very natural emotion. You're meant to feel anger, and as long as it's for a good reason, then I'd say anger.